Hey Crowllies! Alright, so you ready for your next topic? What is your next soul lesson? Alright, in your soul journey. So let's see what comes out for you guys. I think I'm gonna grab this one first. Yeah, let's go relationships. What is their next soul journey for my collective, my Crowllies? Did you know that they are a romantic soulmates? Warning, they will tap dance all over your biggest wounds. You're both entertaining a love classroom. A love classroom. Okay, so this is like a romantic lesson in your soul journey that's coming next with a romantic soulmate. Give them more information about their next soul journey lesson. Okay, so this could be you or them, okay? I'm seeing a feminine zodiac sign, so this could be earth signs or either an earth sign or a water sign placement. Okay, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. And yes, this is what I'm seeing, like you're dealing with this particular person. That's what came out. Okay, so you may need to start doing shadow work because of it. And then we have endurance, high energy. So maybe this person's going to actually match your energy, but then also because it's a classroom, so as much as you could teach them, they can teach you. As much as they can, trigger you, you can trigger them. It's that type of energy. So your spiritual team is talking about starting shadow work, becoming more well versed in your shadow work. I'm also seeing that you may decide to seek a professional therapist or a spiritual advisor or someone that's going to help you with your spiritual wellness, your spiritual well-being. And when I say spiritual well-being, that incorporates all aspects of well-being: mental health, emotional health, physical health, spiritual health, as well as emotional health. So you may need to be doing some sort of shadow work alone, because I am seeing a hermit phase, the energy of the hermit. And so this is about studying, this is about learning, this is about not just necessarily keeping to yourself, but being quiet enough to be able to understand what's happening. So being able to quiet things down, to be able to analyze something, to be able to review something, to be able to reflect on something, right? And so this is your next soul journey lesson in this romantic soulmate dynamic. Some of you guys may be seeking a holistic healer, which would be more on the energy healing side, shamanic healing side. So this is, yeah, again, holistic healing, Reiki. You might be seeking a spiritual life coach or something like that that's going to help you navigate through this romantic soulmate encounter or situation here. What is next in their soul journey? Okay, so we have a short-term relationship, and this has, again, something to do with whoever you're dealing with, that feminine zodiac sign, earth sign, or water sign placement. Okay. And then we have a codependent relationship that they're trying to highlight and let you know about through shadow work. Okay, so this could be what you are utilizing to really work on that particular wound or that particular situation, right? So it's a codependent dynamic situation that you have experienced with a short-term relationship. Short-term relationships is something that's less than a year, less than 6 months, less than 3 months, less than 3 weeks. Okay, short-term. Long-term relationship is more than 9 months, more than a year, more than 2 years. Okay, and that's just what they told me. They're talking about something here in regards to doing shadow work, so that way you will be able to develop your self-awareness in regards to your self-love. When I talk about the self-awareness of self-love, this is more so of reflecting on what you need to do to feed your spirit, feed your heart, feed your mind, feed your vessel. Okay, so you will begin to get triggered in this new, again, it's a soul journey lesson. So this means that you haven't mastered it. This could be something new or something that you're currently experiencing right now. And in this particular journey, you will be getting triggered by this romantic soulmate, and it is because you're both learning from each other. You're both learning from the romantic connection, the dynamic of the relationship. And so when you start to begin to feel triggered, and when I say triggered, I'm seeing the energy of guilt, okay? Feeling guilty for catering to yourself more than others, for putting yourself first, for nurturing yourself, for looking out for yourself, okay? Um, there's something here in regards to like, okay, and then we have service here. So in regards to what you do for others, how you take care of others, how you show up for others versus how you show up for yourself. And I'm seeing like, you may need to do some shadow work here. So this particular romantic soulmate connection that you're going to be, having this soul journey lesson, you know, I'm feeling like it's more like a catalyst, okay? This is going to help you to kind of identify like, okay, this is not wounds that is coming from me, that's stemming from me. This is something that was projected onto me, casted on me, pushed on me, and not necessarily casted on you like spell work, but more so like through words, right? um like spoken onto you. And so I'm seeing this energy of like, you may have dealt with somebody that could have shamed you um, for their own faults. Like they could have done, they could have messed up. They could have, not showed up the way that they needed to in certain relationship dynamics with you. And so they then would say sly remarks or make you feel bad or make you feel guilty in regards to your actions and the way you decided to start moving, right? And so there's something here in regards to doing shadow work to really identify the difference between things that people have pushed on you throughout your whole life that caused you to constantly go in the loop of having short-term relationships or not being able to be satisfied in a relationship to keep a long-term relationship is what I'm seeing here. So this is that endurance, high energy that's coming in. So this is going to be very intense, I feel. Okay, this is not something that's going to be very light. We have a love interest here. So the romantic soulmate could be a love interest, okay? The triggers could be in regards to a short-term relationship that you have experienced with someone. And then we have tapping into Dharma energy, the path of righteousness. And so this is completely different from karmic partners, karmic contracts, karmic experiences, karmic encounters, and karmic cycles, okay? When you're tapping into Dharma, this is the more high vibrational-esque energy of it. And so what happens is that you're not just acting for a reaction, right? Because that's what karma is. You do something, and that something causes a certain reaction, and that reaction impacts someone else, and that someone else can then be impacted negatively or positively, and based off of that then affects you in your physical life, in your spiritual essence, in your relationships and your money dynamics and things of that nature, right? And that's just how karma works, right? And so when this energy here is like kind of showing you like those relationships were short for a reason, because they were not going to put you into or allow you to tap into that dharma energy, okay? And then we have codependent relationship, okay? So this is something, again, double confirmation on the codependent relationship, or at least codependent relationship signs and synchronicities, omens that you may have been overlooking because of lack of shadow work, or of lack of following shadow work with healing work or holistic healing work, or the lack of coupling certain things. Maybe you have a particular tradition or something like that, and your ancestors want you to tap into that, right, very quickly. All right, there's something here that's moving very quickly towards you in regards to the enlightenment of codependent relationships, and what gets you sucked into that, right? So there's something here about, like, that's where, so the triggers of separation anxiety, that's where that comes from. And so it could be like feeling like the anticipation of abandonment, the anticipation of someone not following through for you, the anticipation of, this is also giving like control issues, right? This is like the neurotic monster it's giving, that is kind of like, pestering you and pestering you and pestering you and telling you that, you're going to experience that same traumatic situation with that short-term relationship, and there's going to be another cycle, and the person is just like this other person, and you're starting to compare and contrast, and things of that nature. And then what happens is that you then cause some sort of self-destructive tower to happen in your life in those relationships with those particular people, okay? And so this is also like the enlightenment, what this particular next soul journey lesson is going to help you to kind of accomplish, okay? What else? Some of you guys, you're looking for signs in regards to like, who's your twin flame? How do I know my person is my person? Things of that nature, right? Because like a lot of you, things are different. And I'm seeing like your sign is that you have a common spiritual or social purpose. And if you feel like spiritually your purpose is not matching up with this individual, they're not your twin flame. They're not your twin flame. They're not your person. For whatever the question was for you guys on a personal note. But that's what I'm seeing. It's number 1222, so 222, and the master number 12. So this is like mastering, learning the difference when you are making decisions for self versus making decisions for others, and versus making decisions to impact a community, a group, or something like that, okay? So again, your person will have either the same social purpose as you, meaning whatever, is going to impact you socially, however you're impacting people socially or spiritually, right? And that's how you're going to know. I'm also seeing that one of your manifestations is coming in. And this particular next soul journey lesson is actually a part of one of your manifestations that's coming in, right? And then we have soulmate. Okay, so we have a toxic relationship as well here with the cause and effect of karma, and a toxic person that you didn't want to see as a toxic person. And that is the enlightenment that's going to come in here, because as you start learning these lessons with this romantic partner, and this next phase of your life, in this next soul journey, right? I'm seeing like that you're going to have like this aha moment, like, wow, I really didn't want to see this person as a toxic person, and it was because I wasn't putting myself first. It was because I would put them before me, and I wasn't realizing that I was feeding into the toxicity. All right, close look on that. All right, let's see. Yeah, so there's something there in regards to that. So either maybe one of the zodiac signs is maybe one of the zodiac signs could be you, and the other zodiac signs could be the person that you're dealing with. And for some of you, I'm hearing one of the zodiac signs that I mentioned could be in your chart, but it is dealing with both of the people that you're dealing with. Okay, and it just depends on the situation, okay, but it is like giving feminine zodiac sign energy. And like I said, don't get too caught up in zodiac signs. That's just to give somebody a freaking confirmation, All right, So tell them more about what is their next soul journey lesson. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. The tower. The tower. Okay, so I will tell you that your next soul journey lesson is going to cause a shakeup. And it's gonna, so that means that the lesson within itself is going to be grounding, being able to stay level headed, being able to go with the flow, being able to adapt, being able to reconstruct whatever you need to reconstruct, and break down whatever you need to break down in order to create a more stabilized foundation, a more stabilized, structured project, a more stabilized, structured relationship or foundation, maybe business, something like that, okay? But this is like groundbreaking. And so that lets me know that this is one of those lessons that could potentially break a particular mindset of yours. You know, that this could be like, this could lead to a breakthrough. All right. Sudden changes could be significant in regards to your next soul journey lesson. Receiving sudden insight. Certain things being a little chaotic. I'll clarify the chaos. It's not going to get worse. From whatever you've been experiencing, I don't feel like it's going to get worse. As a matter of fact, I feel like it's going to get better. So I feel like it's going to be like one big boom, and then after that, everything's going to start like fixing itself. So it's like this shift here is really going to help. It's really going to help. All right. It's like, it's almost like it's giving this energy of like a reality check. Like a reality check has to happen for something to like very quickly to change. But I'm seeing like a regeneration of something. So like I'm thinking about regenerating. Regeneration is like, yeah, it's giving this energy of making something over again, doing something over again, relaunching something, rediscovering something, seeing like you learning your lesson here. So this is not, I'm also hearing this is not a lesson that you're going to have to relearn. So this next soul journey lesson is not something that you're going to have to repeat over and over again. So this is not a karmic cycle. Okay? This is more for like revelation purposes. Okay, the friction. This is why. So you're basically being you're being made aware of everything that is not in alignment with you. Everything that causes like issues. Like, so you are being, with the Six of Wands in the reverse, like things that you are not, that are not, I heard the removal, the enlightenment and the removal of people and energies that do not appreciate you. That is where the lack of stability is, and that is what is being highlighted. Again, not putting yourself first, putting all these energies first, putting all these situations first, and realizing the lack of recognition, feeling unseen, feeling disappointed, feeling discredited, right? And then that's then causing the ego to become louder and louder and louder and saying that this is a problem, put yourself first. Again, the Eight of Cups in the reverse saying like you keep trying again, you keep doing these things instead of choosing yourself. This is the one thing that you don't do. The Fool in the reverse, the one thing that you don't do is start something new. The one thing that you don't do is experience something that you haven't experienced before. The thing that you don't do is like this is the lesson. This is the lesson. You're realizing these things about yourself. All of these things you're realizing. Give me a second, y'all, real quick. Okay, we're back. So, again, going back to this lesson is going to, like, basically in your face. Like, you know, like I'm hearing, like, I'm going to rub it in your face, I'm going to rub it in your face, I'm going to rub it in your face. But what I'm hearing is, like, your shadow. It's like, I'm going to rub this in your face so much that you can't unsee this, that you can't avoid this anymore. Like, there's something about, like, now your shadow self talking, okay? You so scared of losing things. You so scared of losing people. You're so scared of starting over that you stay stuck. You have stayed stuck in situations and places and relationships and things that you did not have to stay in because you felt like a failure by walking away. When in reality, walking away is choosing yourself and putting yourself first. And that is the most highest respect that you could give yourself when somebody's playing your fucking face. And you're seeing, like, this next lesson with this particular person, this individual, is allowing you to realize, like, wow, I have issues with taking risks. I have issues with taking, like, betting on myself. I have issues with clinging on to people for too long. Writing people into my prophecy that don't belong there. Writing people into my future that don't belong there. Writing people into my future blessing award room when they do not belong there and they were never supposed to be invited. Oof. Personal celebration. The conflict with others. This is where that comes from. This is where that comes from, y'all. That tower. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. What else do I want to ask? Let's ask about if you already know this particular person. Do they already know the person? Do they already know the person? We have the Ace of Wands. This could be something new. And we have the Empress here. For some of you, this could be the father or mother of your children. Okay. This could be someone that, and the Nine of Pentacles, yeah. This is a little bit, this is more very, very secure type of situation from what I'm seeing here. Do they know this person? The World. This is giving a new chapter, definitely. A long time coming. Long insomnia-filled nights of waiting for this arrival. The Page of Cups. If this is, I'm hearing for some of you guys, this particular person is going to show up as someone that's going to assist you with something, help you with something, a creative project, a new launch of something, okay? The Page of Swords, this is someone that you have a conversation with, okay? Someone that knows very little of you. This could be someone that gets introduced to you through a mother figure, and or someone that may know of you or your mother, but very little, like they don't know much. The Devil here with the Nine of Pentacles. So really the fear of loss here is the fear of your dependency. The fear of being able to financially take care of yourself. That's the real fear here. And so what your next soul journey lesson here is teaching you, the Queen of Swords, is knowing when to draw the line, knowing when to take care of yourself versus take care of somebody else, knowing when this is given the energy of know your liabilities. really familiarize yourself with your liabilities. Do you really want to put somebody on as a liability in your life? A liability, speaking in mother terms, okay, that's your children. Your children are liabilities financially. In the financial world, they're liabilities, right? Family becomes liability because they're not bringing in cash. You're pushing out money. So basically, speaking, um, know who you are going to be going 50-50 with, and know who you need to draw a very strict boundary with, and you can't really be splurging the cash with them, right? This is a renewal, this is judgment, this is like, okay, well, let's restart this relationship just with the basis of, um, I'm going to pay for my stuff and you're going to pay for yours, and that's it. You're going to have your house and I'm going to have my house. You're going to pay your bills and I'm going to pay my bills. There's something about having strict boundaries about the start. Yeah, this is how things are going to be able to be fixed on a financial note for you, especially for those of you that have been done dirty financially before. So there's something here in regards to like learning the lessons of, like there's celebrities that they have celebrity couples, and they'll have their own houses and they'll date and stuff like that, and until things have gotten serious enough to the point of like, all right, this is not just what is that called, the honeymoon phase, right? And not the stargaze phase, right, where the starlit, starstruck phase of like couples because of power dynamic and the media, and everybody's super high on it, right? And then they realize, okay, well, maybe we're not really compatible like that, but we're maybe compatible in regards to business, we may be compatible in regards to friendship, and that's perfectly fine. And then that's usually how celebrities usually go through their discovery relationships, right? Because everybody's eyes are on them so much, right? And so there's this thing of like, knowing the difference of like when to reveal to somebody what type of job, career you have, what type of money you have, whether or not you want to pay for a date. You don't want to pay for a date. You want to link up. You don't want to link up. Things of that nature. Like, this is more about like financial responsibility, okay, as well. So again, with the codependent energy, it could be kind of like either being emotionally dependent of somebody and feeling the need of like having to constantly fulfill their every wish and whim, right? And that will make you feel good, good about yourself. But in reality, that's not putting yourself first. That's like you becoming a slave to their happiness versus your own. And so if that's your specific type of message, then this next soul journey lesson is teaching you that through a romantic partner, right? And then for those of you on the flip side of that, that's more so of like, okay, well, I'm the type of person that like I'm scared to go for the actual relationship that I want because I'm afraid of rejection, or I'm afraid of not being able to hold my weight. I'm afraid of not being able to I don't know, bring something to the table. There's something of a lack there. So some of you guys may need a personal reading. Some of you guys may need a personal Reiki session and things of that nature, to really kind of figure out what's going on with you individually. I'll leave you guys with some Alice messages before I leave. So Alice, wakey, Alice. Give them some advice. Give them some advice on what they should be doing to master this lesson in a timely manner. Find the lesson, no freaking way. Find the lesson. Find the lesson. Discover the purpose in a situation. Trust that you are learning. Again, it's like the revelation of like, wow, I really didn't know that before. Like, wow, I can't believe. It's like kind of like going back into like, let's say like you're in your late 20s, your late 30s. your mid 40s, something like that, and you're starting to realize, like, wow, I can't believe I dated that person. Wow, that person has narcissistic qualities. Wow, I can't believe that this family member is also a narcissist. I can't believe that this runs in, the friendships of our family or something. Like, there's something like you freaking realizing, like, wow. Like, and then you're finding the lesson in each experience that you had. It's not like you're wallowing in it, or like super depressed about it either. So it's just saying, like, listen, just trust the fact that, yeah, you learned the lesson. You may have needed to learn it the hard way. Sometimes you may have needed to repeat the class over and over again, and you had a different teacher, but that doesn't matter. What matters here is that you're trying, and that you're learning, and that you are realizing what you're learning, right? We have belief, right? So there's something here in regards to a decision that's going to, because I'm seeing 29 to 31, okay? Master number 11. 11 talks about divine alignment, the divine alignment of your decision making. Again, another 2. Now I'm seeing 3113 is a mirrored number. Again, we're talking about 31, which equates to 4. So you working and collaborating with other people, the way you experience other people in groups and more than 2 people at once, right? Whether that be friendships, romantic partners, and things of that nature. When we talk about romantic partners, that's more like third-party energy, external factors, right? When there are these strange encounters, what you believe starts to manifest. And your next soul journey lesson is like, wow, how I think, what I believe, what I accept to listen to, what I accept to entertain as I speak, what I entertain as I'm looking, right? What I entertain with my physical body and my energy is impacting me, right? So that's the saying, like, just pay attention to all of these small things, right? Pay attention to the small things. Like, pay attention to what happens in a day when you're so pissed and you're cursing everybody out, or you're just in a mood and you're like talking shit, you're popping your shit, blah, 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 blah. In comparison to a day where you're just, grateful, saying happy things, even if you don't believe the affirmations or the mantras that you're saying, you're still saying them and you believe them, trying to believe them, trying to reprogram yourself, trying to put yourself in alignment with that higher version of yourself, that God version of yourself, right, that lives within us. Start to realize how that makes you feel, the different things that start to happen around your environment. Is things a little bit more high vibrational, more blessings come towards you, things become more easier, or are you having more difficulties? Are you having more challenges? Are you experiencing stagnation? Okay, it's giving the energy of fix your crown. It's tilting. All right, so this next soul journey lesson is like realizing don't go back and forth with people that don't have the same title as you. Do not drink poison, period. All right, that is what it's giving. Do not do things you know are bad for you. Do not entertain relationships that you know are bad for you. If you know a friend ain't a friend, don't talk to them anymore. Do you need to explain? No. Do you want to? Maybe. Do you have to? No. Okay? But it's completely up to you. But in this next soul journey lesson, it's not about like learning the hard way either. We have nonsense. Nonsense you're not going to learn the hard way. Not this time around. Not with all those cards in your hand. All right? You have a full flush. It's time to talk some sense. You have all the cards that you need. You have all the resources that you need. You have everything that you need for a romantic partnership to actually thrive, for you not to go into a karmic cycle. We're all mad here. Everybody has to heal, okay? And it's all about who you choose to do your healing with. And that could be, a play on words. That could be like who you choose to do your healing with in regards to a spiritual advisor, a spiritual teacher, a spiritual mentor, a therapist. And therapists, it could be for mental health or for physical health, like physical therapy. Um, what is that? You know, the thing with the needles and the acupuncture, um, red light therapy. Like, there's so many different ways for you to heal, right? What are you healing? Are you healing your skin? Are you healing your heart? Are you healing your inner child? Are you healing your subconscious mind? Are you healing from trauma? Are you healing from self destruction? Are you healing from self harm? What is it that you're healing? Okay? Because everybody's healing. But constantly isolating yourself and pushing people away because, oh, well, you're not as healed as me, that is actually your shadow isolating yourself because you're scared of even having people that have actually experienced the same thing as you to do the same thing to you, which is a little, that's the neurotic monster, right? And then we have wake up. Wake up, you tripping right now. Like, don't let your moment slip up because you're so focused on things that could happen, that may have happened before, but you're not sure it's going to happen. So you're projecting these things to happen in certain relationships that you have, and there's no proof that that's happening, okay? And then we have change in the night. You have changed quickly. You guys are going to be shifting and changing very quickly as well because of these encounters, okay? We have growing up, wanting to grow and experience rejection of perpetual youth. So this is like, don't drink that poison. That poison is, don't sit there and forget who your inner child is. Don't sit there and starve your inner child. Don't sit there and kill your creativity. Don't sit there and kill your imagination. Don't sit there and kill the tool that you have within you to manifest the best motherfucking life you have. Okay? I love you guys. I'll see you very soon. Peace.